Hi everyone and welcome back to my channel. Welcome back to another episode of NICOLLECT'S PODCAST ERA. In this episode, we're going to talk about the Descendants movie because we all have a lot of opinions about that movie. And to be honest, first of all, I think it is nice. I think it's not the best Descendants movie. I don't think it's the worst either because I think there's a lot of things to rescue from the production. I think it's very nice, but yeah, we have some issues that we're going to discuss, of course, in this video. So first we're going to talk about the visual part. So first we have the costuming. It was fantastic. I love every single outfit in this movie, from the protagonists that are Red and Chloe, of course, to I don't know, the next couple characters that are introduced throughout the whole movie, because we have Uliana, we have a new look for Uma, we have Cinderella, the Queen of Hearts, we have even Prince Charming, looks quite cool, and yeah, basically everyone has a very of Bridget's outfit. It's so beautiful. I love the way it looks. Yeah, so I think that one is one of the best ones. But yeah, the costuming, fantastic. But then we have the problem of the wigs. So we all know the wigs are the biggest problem in some of the scenes of the movie. Most of them being issues related to Chloe's wig, because it was not a wig, it was a bunch of wigs. She had maybe, I don't know, 4 or 5 wigs, and it was pretty inconsistent, to be honest. So we have very big ones, a very nice looking one that is kind of a little bit short, over here maybe. The bigger ones, the hair was over here, I don't know, it was all over the place. Also, the first part where we see her fencing, I think it was fencing, no, I think it's she was yeah, fighting with Prince Charming, with the swords and stuff, I guess practicing. She had a very nice wig that had 2 braids here, and the rest of the hair was just down, and she had baby hairs and little gems and stuff. I don't know why they decided to not continue using that wig, because out of all of them, I would say that's the best wig that she wore. And also the next one would be the one that is the nicest looking, and then we have the really messy one that is gigantic hair, and the hairline is over here. I don't know, it does not make any sense of how big those wigs are. And also, I think I noticed something, and it is that the bigger wigs were used in the dance scenes and the action scenes. So when she is kind of fighting, dancing and singing with Red, she out of nowhere gets the biggest wig ever. And then when she's dancing with Bridget, well, in Bridget's song, again, she has a very, very big wig. And then we have the next scene where they already run, escaped from Uliana, and she has a very nice looking wig again. So yeah, pretty inconsistent. And then when she is singing with Ella, again, we have a very, very big wig. So yeah, for the songs, it appears that she has to wear that giant wig. So I don't know, maybe it was something that they had to do, but at the same time, I think they could have done it a little bit less noticeable, because it really, yeah, you really notice that. But other than that, oh yeah, Bridget looks fantastic, but some of the frames you can see that she has a very wrinkly forehead, the hairline is very, very wrinkly, the wig cap, I would say. Yeah, it wrinkles over here at the forehead. So I don't know, that was kind of bad looking. And also there's a part where the wig is over here, she has just this much of forehead, so it looks very, very weird. Other than that, I don't find any other wig bad looking. Rita Ora's wig was fantastic. Cinderella's wig, fantastic as well. Oh, we have Maleficent's wig. Yeah, I don't know who thought that making the horns out of hair was a nice idea. I guess for the dolls, we have seen some of them with hair on the horns, but in this case, I don't think it looks that good, especially with the bangs right here. I don't know, that looks very weird. um Uliana's wig was fantastic. And yeah, I think basically that, about like the whole look of the film. Then talking about like the production and the visual effects, I think it is super nice. The movie looks very very expensive compared to the previous three movies, because if you remember how Mal used to like transform into a dragon, it looks super fake. Like in the first movie, it was terrible, the scene in the castle, and yeah, it was like super terrible. It got better over time, but this new movie shows us way more like budget in terms of the effects, so I really love that. We can see the castle, we can see well, there's some transitions that are like super questionable. When there's a moment where she's like sucked into a tube and then she like goes down, and when she's falling, like out of nowhere they cut the scene and then she's just, no, that was a very very weird moment. But yeah, other than that, the production is like super nice. I love all the fireworks, all the little like landscapes, I would say, related to Wonderland. The scene with the jeep, it is quite funny that the Queen of Hearts uses like a very like sports car, well, like a, I don't know, very like big chunky car. That was pretty interesting. But yeah, I think I see why they did that, because yeah, it is very unusual to see from like a royalty kind of carriage. But yeah, that's the deal with the Wonderland. And yeah, super beautiful effects. But then we have the actual movie. So we start with Uma getting into like the principal's office and telling us that she is like replacing Ben and Mal, and she's talking to the fairy godmother, and Uma tells the fairy godmother that they need to let everyone be included in Aradon, and of course that includes Red, which is of course the princess of yeah, the Wonderland. I love the little like nod to Carlos, well, to Cameron Boyce. That was very cute, very like nostalgic, of course, but yeah, I think it was a cute detail that a lot of fans were expecting from like this movie. Like even in the slightest details, people were really expecting for this kind of nod to the character to be made. So yeah, they send the letter, then we get to like the Wonderland and the Red Castle, and yeah, we can see Red like singing. Of course, the songs are super nice. That I'm going to say that like right now, I love the songs. I would say the weakest one would be, I don't know, I think the outro song. I don't know, the ones that have like choreography and all that stuff, I love them. Maybe the one that I like maybe the least would be Oleana's, but I love the Red one is super nice. But I do love Bridget's song, and also I would say maybe Bridget, because I love happy music, so I would say Bridget's song, and then Red's, and then the one that Ella and Chloe sing, and then Oleana's, and then the rest. Well, so we find that Red is like vandalizing the castle and stuff, and yeah, no one's noticing for some reason, because she's basically dressed as the person that is like throwing paint to the walls and stuff. So I don't know how difficult it is to find that out, but of course it's a kids movie. They're like basically like blind, just like Dora the Explorer, something like that. So yeah, I think that was super cool, like that whole like castle scene, because I love how nice the set look, all the little effects that they have and stuff. Then we very quickly see that the Mad Hatter shows Red the pocket watch that is like the time machine, and I don't know, I think that was like super random, like out of nowhere, if you think about it, because she was like, I wish I had more opportunities in my life. And then he just out of nowhere like says, well, you can actually change your life, but maybe not. Like, that was very like, I don't know. That was not like a very nice sequence of events. Like, it just happened because it had to happen. But yeah, then she at the next day receives the queen and stuff, and she's about to kill someone. And out of nowhere, the letter comes in, and Red thinks that she's not going to be allowed into Oradon, and her mother says, "Yes, we accept." So of course, then we see the sequence of Ella, which is like the opposite situation, because we have the dad, the mom. They are like super nice to her. They give like Cinderella gives her like those like crystal sneakers. I don't know. I love the idea, but it is like super weird because sneakers are supposed to be like flexible. Like, there's no way they could make like a heel out of crystal compared to like the heels that are like open here at the top. And yeah, most of the shoes like very hard. But how could you make sneakers out of crystal? But yeah, this is all fantasy, so I'm not going to keep on talking about that. But yeah, we have like the contrast between those families, and they also mention Chad. So right away, Chad still exists. I don't know if he's adopted. I don't know if he has his grandfather's genes or whatever. They're just family. Like, families come in different sizes, colors, forms, shapes, everything nowadays. So I don't know why is people like being so like keen on to doing so many critiques to that little aspect of the movie. Like, yeah, I don't know. Like, for example, in the third movie, I was like so annoyed about Chad. Like, he was so dumb. Like, the character was not funny enough for me to be like, oh yeah, he's like the mean sidekick or something like that. He was just like super annoying. So I don't know why is people like missing him, I guess. So yeah. Well, then we have then we have the scene where the Queen of Hearts and Red get into like the rabbit hole and stuff. Again, awesome effects. And then we get to the castle, like Oradon, and I forgot. Loving It. That's my favorite song right there. Then we have Bridget's, then we have Red's, then we have Ella's, then we have Juliana's. But Loving It, super amazing song. I love how Rita Ora sings. Like, she has such a beautiful voice, like very distinctive, and yeah, she does a really great job as the Queen of Hearts. But yeah, something that a lot of people like pointed out is that when she's in the car, she has a very nice dress and she has a different like hairdo, and when they get to the castle, she has another hairdo. So I don't know. Again, this movie in terms of like continuation is like all over the place, like a whole mess. But we're going to ignore that again. So yeah, she gets there and she starts like seeing everyone, and she feels like super betrayed and stuff. So she's like telling Red that they're going to like conquer everything basically. So yeah, they sit down and she actually like meets Cinderella, and yeah, that's when she starts like singing the part like related to the trauma, I guess, that she has. And yeah, well, they sit down and then we can see Uma singing the new song, the new version of her song. So she kind of feels like Uma, but at the same time not really, because when she was like speaking and stuff, the Queen of Hearts like starts like playing with the deck of cards, and yeah, she's like, excuse me, and that's where like everything starts. Like, she basically takes over the whole Oradon prep. But yeah, where I see the lacking of personality of Uma is when they're like fighting against like all the guards and stuff. Why is she so bland? Like I know that it had to happen like that so that we could have like a whole like plot, but at the same time she is Suma, like she is a VK, she is a very, I don't know, aggressive bad villain. So I don't know why like she's like she isn't she supposed to have like octopus powers and stuff? So I don't know if she only transforms when she touches water or what, but yeah. And that's one of the main problems with the movie, is that it starts with a lot of action. Like I love the songs and stuff, the stunts and all the effects and all that stuff. So it starts like over here, and then slowly it gets into this point where the Queen of Hearts like takes over Oradon, and then we have the time travel, and this is where everything starts going like this. So the movie, as it starts so big, when they time travel, so that, well, like Red and yeah, they end up time traveling. That's the point of all of this. Oh, and of course we have the scene where they detain Cinderella. So yeah, that was pretty dark for a Descendants, well, for a Disney movie. So they time travel, and then they find the fairy godmother and, well, the young one, and then they meet the rest of the characters. So they actually meet Merlin, and they get to class, and then they meet Chloe, and again, I love Chloe. Like I already talked about like the costuming, the wigs, everything, but the character is so freaking cute. I love the way she treats everyone, and I would say it's a lot like me. I'm kind of like that, so I do get why she gets like this villain kind of revenge feeling, because yeah, it tends to happen when you're way too kind to people. So yeah, anyways, so we meet Bridget, and then they sing, and then we meet Oleana and all the other like villains that do absolutely nothing in the movie. We can also see in the background of the part where Oleana transforms into like a flamingo kind of. We can see in the background the girl that was supposed to play young Rapunzel, that all her scenes were like cut basically. So we see her like maybe 6-7 seconds in the movie. So that's pretty sad, because she took a lot of pictures with the like the main cast. So that means that she was supposed to have like a lot of things, well, maybe not a lot of things, but some things related to the actual like plot of the movie. But yeah, and they actually mention Yasmin and Aladdin, and they do absolutely nothing. So I don't know what's up with that. Then we see all the scene where Oleana goes after Bridget and Red and Chloe, and well, yeah. So she decides to take revenge because she ends up like in a pond or something like that, like a well, something like that. Then they know that they have to stop her from like committing that, because that's going to unleash the inner monster that is inside of Bridget, I guess. So something that was supposed to happen was like a ball, I would say. So yeah, that was supposed to happen. That did not happen. So that was one of the things that was like super important in the movie and was totally missing. I don't know why they decided to cut everything related to that. Maybe it was not even like in the plans of the movie, but I think they had to, because it felt like, again, they stopped here when they time traveled. Like we have like the prank and all that stuff, and then out of nowhere, like they mentioned a lot of times the dance, the ball and stuff, and then it just like starts going like downhill from that. So when they mentioned that ball, Cinderella and, well, Ella ends up telling Bridget that they have to go together, because yeah, she wants to be with someone in the whole like event and stuff. So she gets super excited, and yeah, well, we have like some scenes with the evil stepmother and all that stuff, but I don't think that's like too necessary. Maybe for the plot of Chloe like understanding that she's not supposed to be like all that good always. But yeah, that was like a subplot line that was like very, it was cute, but it was a little bit unnecessary. Also, it gave us the song where they two like sing together, so maybe that was like the best part, I would say. So yeah, they end up like understanding that they have to stop Oleana, so they go after the book and they find the book, and when they're about to open it, well, they fight against some swords and some owls, and Bridget breaks the glass sneakers because that means that she does not deserve something just because she's good. Well, and yeah, the conclusion of all that stuff is that the villains end up like frozen, and they say like, okay, we stopped them, and yeah, we can now return to Oradon. And that was it. Like the ball did not happen, and like it was super boring compared to the first part of the movie. Like the dances, the moves, the everything. Like yeah, this part of the movie was like super important, super like full of like action and stuff, the bibbidi bobbidi no and all that stuff, and out of nowhere is like a book that we rescued, and yeah, that's it. So yeah, like the main part of the movie just crumbles apart. Like there's nothing after the whole like plot of Oradon being taken by the Queen of Hearts. So yeah, that is like the main problem of the movie. And then they just return, and when they return, they found out that the Queen of Hearts is already like good. I loved that change. Like she was like all red here on the back, and then she has white all over here. I love that. I think that's like very dumb, but at the same time, I think the costuming and everything looks super nice in that part. So I really like that. And yeah, there's like a bunch of bubbles everywhere, and they all like feel very happy and stuff. And yeah, that's where the movie ends. So again, we have the beginning, super important, super nice, super visually appealing, super interesting, and then out of nowhere we have them finding their like moms and stuff, and then the villains like plotting against Bridget, and then everything like falling apart because they just get frozen by the book. And that's it. That's all that happens. Like this part of the movie was like super short compared to what we got in the first half. So I don't know, I don't really enjoy that part. So yeah, in conclusion, to sum everything up, I would say this movie deserves maybe like a 7 or 6 out of 10. Again, the movie is like super beautiful. I love the effects. I think everything looks super nice. The costuming, except for Chloe's wig. Oh, there's like a scene where they see the mirror that tells the future and stuff, like the one that Bridget has on her room, and they see that Prince Charming is like asking the Queen of Hearts like, where is Cinderella, and she just shows him the shoes, like the glass slippers, and she just breaks them. Like she killed Cinderella out of, I don't know, that was again a really dark part of the movie. I don't know why they decided to go that route. It was very weird, very again impactful, but then out of nowhere the movie just ends. And oh, of course, and Uma said like, you don't think that's the last of the... That's not how you fix a story. Like you can't just rely on the fact that maybe there's going to be a sequel. Of course we're going to have a sequel. Like Disney just thinks ahead, and of course they already are planning the second one, maybe even the third one again, so that they could do like a trilogy, just like they did with the previous actors. So I don't know, I really don't like the fact that they again relied on the next movie to explain what happened, because of how they time traveled and all that stuff, because you can't mess with all the timelines and all that thing. But I'm like expecting way too much from a Disney movie related to time travel, because it is like super important to keep those like rules very grounded so that it makes sense. And the movie does not make sense in some parts, so I don't know. And also there was a scene at the end where Chloe and Cinderella like look at each other, and it is the worst editing on a movie like ever. Like, what the hell was that? Like, that little scene, like that was very, very bad looking. I don't know why. Like, all the movies like super pretty, and then we have that scene. Like, you could have just like cut that scene, like just cut it. Like, there's no need to add that if you don't have the actresses in the same place at the same time. That editing was awful. But yeah, the movie was cut, of course. We can already notice that. Maybe giving it 15 more minutes, maybe even 20 more minutes to like completely show us like all the whole potential of the movie, it would have been very nice. But yeah, it is not going to happen apparently. So we're going to have to wait and see until the next one. Again, very beautiful movie, very bad storytelling, and I think that's basically it. Tell me in the comments down below, what do you think about this movie? The dolls are, of course, beautiful. I love the fact that Mattel is making them because they're like perfect. But other than that, the movie is like not up to par to the dolls. Like, the dolls look fantastic, the costuming looks fantastic, so that's why the dolls look fantastic. But then everything, it doesn't matter how beautiful a movie is. If it is bad, it is bad. And this one is not too bad to be a Descendants movie. The third one is way worse. But this one, I don't know, it was a very rough start for a new generation of Descendants. I'm going to leave it at that. I hope it gets better. I'm pretty sure it's going to get better because we already have like all the comments from people like on social media and stuff. So I hope that Disney takes that into account for the next one. That would be quite intelligent of them. But yeah, tell me in the comments down below again if you saw the movie. I think I already saw it 3 times. Yeah, cute. That's it. Don't forget to like this video, share it with your friends, subscribe to my channel, activate the little bell icon so that you get notified every time I upload a new video. Follow me on my Instagram and my TikTok. Those links will be always in the description box down below, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye.